Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers at the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. Yes, we are all about saving lives here at the Jamaica Young Police channel. And the reason why we support preemptive strike because, it is a policy that saves lives, because we're all about saving lives over here at the Jamaica Young Police channel. Yes, life is precious. You only get one life, so that's the reason why we're all about saving lives here at the Jamaica Young Police channel. So that is one of our philosophy and motto over here. You understand? But before we begin this video today, we want the criminal supporters, enablers, sympathizers, financiers and beneficiaries to know that we do not want them over here. Yeah, please go elsewhere, man. We do not want your views, comments or support, because we hate criminals with a passion and we do not negotiate with terrorists or want them in our midst. Please go elsewhere. You are not welcome. So you must understand, if somebody is telling you that they do not want you in their midst, why are you coming? The honest person will know do such thing, It's people like Beanie Man, you shame Beanie Man and him still a come around here and him thinking that we don't want you guys over here. Yeah, period. We don't care about you, from your criminal supporter, anything to do with criminals, don't come over here. We don't want you here, because we don't negotiate with criminals. We're a group of law-abiding citizens. And we do believe that criminals must live in fear of losing their lives and not the law-abiding citizens. That's our motto over here. So don't come over here and we don't want to hear what about and this and that. We don't into that madness. Alright, so today, so we continue the journey, today, telling you about the lies and the propagandas and the criminal supporters over there at We and Ugly Some channel. So we at the Jamaica Young Police channel want you to know that everything that he has said about the late Edward SEAGA kicking out the Cubans, so you're going to hear more. Because you see at this channel, we don't deal with hyperbole. We don't exaggerate nothing for nobody, and we don't tell no lie for no guy or no political party. We just tell you the raw mama papa truth. You understand? And for those who, I never deter nothing and I wasn't nothing, I am just a Jamaican born and brother. Educate the people them and tell them the truth. And no guy can pay me, none of them can pay me to say nothing or not to say anything. Nobody. My conscience cannot be bought. None of them can buy me out. Period. I am not like the licky police them and them thing. I am totally different. Yeah, you can ask even your former member of parliament, ZELLE. Yeah, because them tried that already, it not work. Because I am not a licky police. Me have conscience and me believe in a decency, ethics, honesty and truthfulness. I do believe that criminals must live in fear of losing their lives, not their law-abiding citizens. And that is our philosophy right here at the Jamaica Young Police channel. So we can, and the reason why we're doing this and them thing, we know that, we know in a Jamaica and them thing there, look, growing up, I was talking to a Jamaican, and him say when he grew up, from rural Jamaica, and him say, boy, I'm a supporter. Same time I grew up and them thing there, it seemed like I was three people, the people them tell lie on all the while. The police, woman, and SEAGA. And I said, so what you know about Michael? He said, no. I said, well, I just saw one of them thing there, That's how the people, them brainwash the people, them and tell them lies. And him say he's learning, a thing or two from the Jamaica Young Police channel. Because look, we are not on any agenda of a political party. We're just about to change mind how people think. You understand? We want me, look, and this are to the people them in a Jonestown. I born a Oxford Street. Yeah, I born a Oxford Street. I never born a Jubilee. Of all of my mother children, I am the only one that born a yard. Yeah. And to the brother who you talk about, say boy, my father racist. And when we grew up, my father never used to make we mingle with them in a Waterford, and I just one friend me have, and because him white, and what kind of madness that and him thing there. I mean, my father for races and my mother black, and I fool. So I'm not even gonna deal it. I'm not even gonna venture down that road. Say my father racist. So my father for racist. Racism is a system, you know. My father keep away from, because I know that destructive. The people them destructive, you understand? And there's a youth where you say him John, there are youth who live right in front of me, which was my little my brother. We're in the military now in America. You understand? His uncle, Marlon. Uncle Marlon alone, and Marlon was a decent little youth and him thing, and him John over track. So I don't know how to talk, say Marlon black and him thing. My father didn't have a problem for me and Marlon. You understand what I'm saying? And my uncle will live in Portland. My uncle is a black man and them thing. So my father for racism, but I eat all him own brother. So I want to come on, man, and stop them thing there. It's the reason why my father don't make me hang out on the corner and them thing there, because he knows that them thing there was not constructive. So I just saw it go. So we continue the journey here at the Jamaica Young Police Channel about the lies where them tell upon Edward SEAGA, say him kick out Cubans. And the reason why him kick out Cubans is because I look out for Jamaican people. Because the Cuban government did have two most wanted men in Cuba, wanted for kid Ted Ogilvy, you understand? Tony Brown and George Flash. And when they return to Jamaica, they get a hero's welcome from the PMP LGBTQ plus government under the leadership of PJ Patterson. You understand? Them keep big party for them out of East Kingston and Fireman Valley of shots. So you watch, you listen, you decide. Jamaican students in Cuba under the program, according to a State Department report, under the Brigadista program, Cuba trained about 1,400 Jamaican youths in Cuba as construction worker, guerrilla war fighter, using explosive, dynamite, grenade, and all thing for guerrilla warfare. How to use. No man, hey, a Jamaican people, these men, went to Cuba and train and return and unleash all of them training and them getting you understand? Furthermore, political indoctrination in Cuba form part of this group curriculum. Do you know the youths receive military training while in Cuba, including instruction in revolutionary tactics and use of arms? On October 29, 1981, after 1 year in office, the SEAGA administration did the ultimate by breaking diplomatic relations with Cuba, claiming that Havana had sheltered, harbored criminals wanted for prosecution by police in Jamaica. In December 1982, the Jamaican government refused to extend the work permit of Cuban journalist Godefroy Tamelesco, who had been covering the Caribbean for 8 years as chief correspondent for Presna Latina. The government gave no reason for denying their extension. The Jamaican government decision to sever ties and diplomatic ties relation with Cuba in 1981 was greeted with indignation by opposition parties in and out of Jamaica and the Cuban government. In fact, as a response to the government's bizarre diplomatic action, Jamaica opposition PMP Vice President, that is the People's National Party, them time they never have no LGBTQ plus yet, and former Foreign Affairs Minister PJ Patterson, not a Percival Patterson, a thief in this and a wickedest black man. The same man that spent 18 years a year, the woman say PMP suffer more under his prime in his leadership than any other time in Jamaica. And she a PMP, ban PMP. You understand? So we are continuing the journey. So he headed a high-level delegation which left for Havana on November 11, 1981 to discuss with Cuban officials the recent break of diplomatic relations with Cuba by the government of Prime Minister Edward SEAGA, and to consolidate long-standing relationship between the PMP and the Communist Party of Cuba. Alright, so So when alright, so you hear that now? So when them tell the Jamaican people, them, you know, say the PNP never want to go communist, you know, this is not a make-up thing, you know, this is a facts, you know. Research that we have done here at the Jamaica Young Police, and we have give it to you, because this man alive and Edward SEAGA, this is the man who keep us safe, you know, the best. Ask any crime fighter we in Jamaica in the 1980s, them could have PNP a little more, ask them. That was the only time artificial borderlines were erased, when this man was the Prime Minister in Jamaica. Like him or not like him, that is your business. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel love him because he broke neck and make boy live in a fear of losing their lives. This is the man who will give us the preemptive strike, because him say preemptive strike save life. You understand? We are all about saving lives over here. That's why we believe and support preemptive strike. And this is the man who introduced preemptive strikes and why criminals had to run away when he was Prime Minister. That's how we went back in Jamaica, and SEAGA broke neck. You understand? SEAGA even broke all a policeman. Like, you soon hear about that. So we continue the journey. You understand? So the PNP condemned the government decision, arguing that the government had tendered no evidence that the men were in Cuba, and suggested that several steps could have been taken to show displeasure short of severing relations. That I way black man saying, I see him PJ Patterson, I see you two man them did wanted, Charles Flash and Tony Brown, who you take the key party for them out by East Kingston. At the same man we had saying, say I gonna know him, I say talk saying, I say them that the men they were in Cuba, you know, and you, all of them are both say, all them did Cuba and them hot step on this and that, and SEAGA have all of the intelligence, because SEAGA was on top of him game when he was Prime Minister, because him love Jamaica, and him love the people, and him want the people them to live in a peace. So that's why he gave us the special operation base, where the police them were trained by American. We used to have the FBI that trained the detectives at the Jamaica Police Academy. When Michael Manley win them, kick them out. Them no want these people is a criminal organization. So we continue, you know. Any police that you know who serve in a police force in the 80s, and he might tell you, oh, SEAGA was the wickedest thing and this and that. Yes, he was the wickedest thing when it come on to criminals. He never have no love for them. Even female criminal, them and them thing, them go out of line. Yeah, a preemptive strikes. You understand? If you hear about Claude Massop, you understand what I'm saying? And the man when I call Claude Massop is a man named Dadrick Henry. Yeah, and Dadrick Henry did charge murder for kill Claude Massop. Because Claude Massop never have no respect in the time. Did I threaten Dadrick Henry say man kill him? And Dadrick Henry make sure first him because the man in a play. You understand? So we continue the journey. You understand? So the government brought a parliamentary censure motion against the PNP General Secretary and opposition member of Parliament, D.K. Duncan, for behaving in a manner prejudicial to the national interest. The government Minister of National Security and Justice Winston Sparling, that are Tony Sparling brother, you know, you saw them guys that stay, them smart, you know. Two brother, you know, one a PNP, one a Labour. Right? So anytime the government in a power, the Sparling have somebody in a government. So all of the people them when a kill off one another and them thing there. Two of them, you know, when they meet up at them mother and them father house in a Christmas, them chat and drink and all them thing there and plan off a destroy the people them. Because Tony Sparling, you know, the man that would do wicked, you know. You understand? Wicked. But you know, you see people them with me where I'm from, them kill them own, you know, man, for anything, you know, dog them, you know. You understand? So Winston Sparling accused Duncan of making public statement supportive of a foreign power with which Jamaica had severed diplomatic connection for behaving in a manner prejudicial to Jamaica's interest, particularly in respect to the island's security. So I wanted to know, you see D.K. Duncan, you know, is a man that bring a whole heap of M16, you know, come in a Kencat, you know. Kencat was a uptown community, you know. Ask anybody, you know, because country people were educated, you know, to them thing, you know. Don't take no offense on them thing, because I used to live a country. So, you know, nobody thinks that, boy, you're going like say town people. No, town people are better than country people. Because we are all Jamaicans. But what does I tell you, you know, how it was then? Kencat was a residential area back then. And these men, D.K. Duncan, destroy Kencat and turn Kencat in a ghetto with bringing him all up a M16 and all them thing there. And, you know, who used to all police used to all carry all them gun there, you know. You understand? A police when he all Garnet Daily. Garnet Daily was more PNP than DK. The man there, even all the police are flying squad. You understand? I remember one time a police tell me, say, boy, if if you want anything story at Garnet Daily, you have to link. I say, like how you come from jungle, you just make him know that automatically he must say you're PMP and all them things, and me stay far from them, man. There. You understand? Even when me Ox in a work and one night him say, I check Garnet. Me say, no. Because when Ox just come out speak, me and him and Bobby in a work and Kirk, man, and we and him, something and we kick off. Cause, yeah, them same, when I think want to talk about that, you understand? But we don't meet, we never talk to them, man, because remember, I get what we come from, so we know I like criminal police them. You understand? We cannot tell you, we in good conscience, we cannot tell you, say, Isaiah Leng, the man ever friend with no gunman in our community. Isaiah Leng you never see Isaiah Leng a bibo corner with George Pan them a drink and all them thing there, with no gunman, and you don't know him as a businessman, so Sting, you go and see the Willie got them backstage, them have to pay them thing, cause business, you understand? So we give thanks to them, and see him like Piggy Williams, you understand? Tom Levine, Douglas Guthrie, you understand? Calf Walker was a look of mix up police and them thing there. He was licky and them thing there. So him dead and gone, so we not talk about him. So we continue the journey, you understand? So the government position that by sending top level delegation to Cuba. When he became Prime Minister in 1980, Edward SEAGA stated that he inherited a nation that was lurching from crisis to crisis. The PNP appear willing to subordinate the interests of Jamaica to those of Cuba. So you can see, these PNP people, they never love Jamaica, and I'm telling you, the PNP party never love Jamaica. They won't care about power. Because if you love Jamaica, you're going to stay aside with a foreign country against your own country's interests. All because the other country supply you with terrorism. Over 1,400, over 1,400, 1,400 Jamaican, the Cubans, them train for come back and terrorize the Jamaican people. And you tell me, say, them are people are good people. Burn down people house, kill people and picnic and all kind of something, and them teach them how to use accelerant, how to burn down places within seconds. And you talk, say, good. You must say, I'm mad, them people are mad, man. You understand? So the PNP was not the only political faction in Jamaica that rejected the government diplomatic break with Cuba. In an opinion poll conducted in December 1981, that's over a year after SEAGA was Prime Minister. I was, not telling you my age, but I'm a youth, never a teenager yet. Those who know me know, say, I wasn't a teenager then. A majority of the Jamaicans disagree with the SEAGA's government break in diplomatic ties with Cuba. The poll by JLP supporter political scientist Carl Stone indicated that 48% disagreement with the decision, while 41% favor the action. 11% had no opinion. The same poll also revealed as many as 21% of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party supporters did not endorse the government's action. So that goes to show, so it's a SEAGA leader, Majority of people them never support what SEAGA did, but he had the security information, he had the information there, and he did it although it was unpopular. That is what a leader do, you lead from the front. You understand? He not do things because of poll and because that make him popular. And that's why I'm losing 1989 the election, because SEAGA was a no-nonsense man and was trying to bring back the country where people live, work and raise them family. At the time, when I was police, nobody never want to join the police force, with those who were patriots like me. Don't even care about no pay. You understand? All you want to know is, boy, you have a gun and you are one detective, and you can go out there and you protect the people them from the old terrorists them. You understand? you know, like me, you know, me want to be like a Tom Levine, because Tom Levine, you know, the man, a preemptive strike specialist, you know, Isaiah Ling. But Tom was my man, me look up to from me at 4, the man. I said, boy, you understand? And me, you know, I don't understand all you afraid of police, and me never afraid of police. Never afraid of police, you know, because me on the wrong door afraid of police as youth. Never. You understand? So we continue the journey. So the poll, the poll disclosed, you know, the GLP supporters did not endorse the government's action. Among the opposition PMP supporters, some 91% of those interviewed were solid behind their party standing, objecting to the break in diplomatic relations with Cuba. I saw them staying and them fooling, you know. Yeah, some idiot people them. I mean, I tell you why I say some idiot. That's why I tell you to go over Wayne Uglyson channel. It's on the channel now. I was talking to a PMP LGBTQ plus supporter, die-hearted supporter and activist, and I tell us boy, the PMP are the best thing since sliced bread and this and that, and in a talk say PMP will fix crime. I may ask him his way if what he's drinking, if he might drink anything right now. Him say no, may ask him if him smoke any weed or if he might sniff nothing, and him say no. So, you know, I pose the question to him. I say we have 2 leaders in Jamaica. One say 45 years in prison if you kill another person, and the other leader say 8 years and then you can get parole and come back to kill others in the same family. Him say 45 years he supported. I say sure. Him say yes. I say why he support 45 years. Him say why me even want to support 8 years in time. Him come fit the killer come back, come kill other people in my family. Like him stay for 45 years, he might dead inside and get diabetes, hypertension and dead. You understand? When I told him no, I said, well, you know who support the 45 years? Him said, yeah man, I'm Mark Golding. I said, no man, I'm Mark Golding. It's Andrew Holness. Him say, Andrew Holness, so who support the 8? I say, Mark Golding said. I say, it's on the channel. Him say, boy, and if you know, if them forget 8 years and you know, because if you give them 45 years, too much, you know, you're not going to judge them, no discretion and all kind of thing. And you must say, well, boy, from Mark say, at 8 years, I hit me, I work it, you know. When I work it the 45 years. So just like what you hear them say, you know, them say, boy, them are go behind them party. So them can't think in an organic robot. So that's why the PMP have them wrap around them finger. So a man like me, you know, who's from the belly of the beast, who can think and realize that, oh, them people are no meaning no good at them thing there. Them want you to be criminals, so you end up dead or go to prison. Them don't care about education. Them don't want you to come out of the stuff because them love when you're poor. Period. Full stop. The Cuban government categorically denied the Jamaican government charges that it harbored criminals wanted by the police in Jamaica. Cuba responded by charging that the break in diplomatic relations was carried out by the government of SEAGA, but was decreed in Washington. So the want to say, boy, SEAGA make the decision, but Washington tell them, all right, fast forward now, 13 years after, weren't the same 2 men them that the Cubans say weren't in Cuba. These men returned from Cuba as victors for kill Ted Ogilvy because the PMP them run whole heap of money upon detectives at CIB headquarters and know them too, you know, the PMP police them, you know, and labor right police in their headquarters, how much money them get, you know. They file them before the man them come, file and warrant and all them thing there. Witness statement and all of them things they disappear because some of witness them still alive, you know. I know even one eyewitness, you know, in the case, you know. I'm not going to call him name. I know one eyewitness and he's still alive to this day in the murder of Ted Ogilvy. And the same police them, the same detective them from in the 80s who know them man, yeah, George Flash and Tony Brown, them collect how much money from Danai Williams, Paul Burke, my favorite MP name again there, name again, man. Boy, the one of them same lose him gun and them thing there, and boy, he end up now with criminal conviction. But you know them have them way off it, you know, deal with it and them thing there. Philip Palwell, Yeah, man, them run whole heap of money. Whole heap of money. Them time, cause you know the PMP, then them know if they understand. Operation Pride and them thing, then like go on. And the man, them collect money. And yeah, them man, them return, go to court. Say, boy, them can't find the statement, the file them and all them thing. And I know one of the witness. I know one of the witness in the Ted Olgively murder. I know him personally. I know where him live even to the day. And them say no witness, no witness. Them can't find no witness and them thing, and them walk. The men them walk. Both of them. So here the Cuban people did say, boy, the man them never did it. 13 years after that, the man them say, yeah, Cuba we did there. So who you believe them? Well, you know the PMP LGBTQ plus party. I go say, boy, well, that's a water and a bridge. You talk about things that is in the past, but we just educate people so you don't make the same mistake. So that's why we're telling you, if it's a criminal supporter, yeah man, just go over by We and Ugly Some channel. We don't want you over here, because we don't have no tolerance of criminals, them supporters, them sympathizers, financiers and beneficiaries. We don't want to know over here. So go over We and Ugly Some channel. That is the criminal supporting #1 channel on YouTube, where make all of the excuse them for them and blame the police, everything. Never blame it, never blame them party. And them don't educate you and show you how white, who thief, how much $1 million. But we're not going to make them get away, because we're going to expose them. You understand? So we continue the journey. We're not getting a 2 Yeah, so let me educate you to about the same PMP LGBTQ plus supporters. Not only say a majority of them, all of them, not one of them live in Russia or Cuba. Yeah, the same PMP LGBTQ plus supporters and sponsors and enablers and financiers, not one of them live in Cuba or Russia. You know why? Because them want their freedom, but they never want the Jamaican people to have any freedom. So that's why them live in the countries, but them not like, yeah, the same country where them call Satan. So them fool up the same fool people, the people them from my community, and them say all of the wicked things about imperialism. But when you send time for them pitney, I migrate, America them go or Canada or England. Then none of them now go to Russia, because you say when go to Russia, them treat them bad because Russia don't like black people. You understand? And the Jamaican them way go to Cuba, nobody thinks them treat them good over there either. You understand? Look at Anthony Tatum. America, she dead. But yet still, she was a big PMP LGBTQ plus activist and supporter. I saw them stay, them love, them want all of the good things for themselves, and them want the bad things to you and tell you all of the bad things. So just educate yourself, man. Open up your eyes. What Mr. SEAGA did then, he was protecting the Jamaican people. You understand? Because of the terrorists them there that were in Cuba.